Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Meoni here of Cast, and I've been a bad kitty cat in Archeage. Sadly, I stole some turmeric, which was required for a quest, instead of growing it, just to show off the Archeage's judicial system, which is basically kind of real to some degree. Once you get over 50 points of crime, which is classed as a wanted man, basically, so 50 or 51. You get a wanted debuff, which means that when somebody kills you from a faction, you will be teleported to a holding cell, and then you will be put in front of either a jury, if you choose to, or you will take the maximum penalty for that and go to jail straight away. Sometimes it's better to go in front of a jury. I'm showing you the jury system today. I could have chose to have 10 minutes. It is 10 minutes for this particular crime, which is stealing turmeric, and you know, I've got, it's my first offence really. 50. I've killed some people here, but it all differs depending on how many points you get for each thing. Obviously, murder is worth a lot more points against you than stealing turmeric, and I've killed a couple of people here. Some people who report it can put comments in, oh, he killed Lobies. It's like, well, no, I didn't really, but I have quite a few counts of theft here. So in my defense, the turmeric was asking for it. It was evil, and it's a curse against humanity, and it must be purged from this land. So that was my case, my defense case. I can't hire Saul Goodman to come and defend me, sadly. I have to defend myself. And then you get given time to give a closing statement before your verdict is given. People can choose, how many minutes you basically have, whether or not you get off scot-free, or whether or not they're going to give you the maximum penalty. Now, at the minute, obviously, on the beta, people are going to be clicking probably the maximum penalty just to be hilarious. In the actual game, obviously you can bribe off some of these people, perhaps. So it's an interesting meta game, this, especially if you are a pirate. You automatically become a pirate if you reach 3,000 crime or infamy points. So let me just describe what crime and infamy points are. So crime points are crime points that you get up to. So say for instance 50 here. Once I get killed with that wanted debuff, those crime points disappear, so it resets it to 0. However, every time I get a crime point, it adds a infamy point, so of the same value. So my infamy score is how many times I've been in jail, for example, or how many crimes I've committed. And the only way of reducing infamy is by getting certain potions from the real life auction, and you can also do really grueling dailies, which award you with a reduction. As you can see, I got 12 minutes there. I could have chose to have 10. These guys were feeling pretty generous, I think. I think I could have got up to 20 minutes for this crime. I can't remember. It differs all the time. I've seen people get over an hour before, and this is real time as well. So that's how long I've got to be either AFK in a moment, or actually, play the game. And there are other things to do in the jail, which we will come to in a moment. But as I say, so if you acquire 3,000 infamy, which requires you to, obviously get 3,000 crime points in total, or cumulative over time through your visits to jail, you automatically become a pirate. Now, I can't show you that today, because that's a lot of points. You have to do some really bad stuff to become a pirate, or I guess over time. And once you're a pirate, you can no longer go to pretty much anywhere that you normally would. Everyone is red to you. You can be killed by your own faction with no problem. So it's a bit of a sticky situation, and one you don't want to be in solo. So once you've got your, you're sentenced, you can go in the room next to your cell once the jail cell opens, when the guard opens it, and you'll get some gear, some convict gear, which we will put on. The actual convict gear, the shoes or soccer shoes, they will give you the ability to kick. I'm going to show you why in a few seconds, but we're going to put on some more of this gear. So just keep breaking the boxes until you find a full set. It doesn't really do much. The soccer shoes do the most. It's all cosmetic, but you do get to keep this stuff when you go outside of the jail, when you've done your time, and you can actually sell this on the auction house. Not that you're going to get any money for it, because everyone and their dog is going to be going to jail. So anyway, let's cut to the recreational ground, which is up a flight of stairs, where we spend most of the time, and I'll show you what exactly you can do behind the bars. So here we are, we're up the flight of stairs now, which is next to the jail cells, into the open. I've got my full set of convict gear on here, and as you can see on the eastern side, this is where the prison is, just above Solace Headlands. And this is my first time in prison. I have some more footage I'll show you in a bit of my second time in prison. But most people, like this guy over here, are going to be AFK. This guy's in for a few minutes. If you fly into the prison, you will get 30 minutes automatically in here of the, the prisoner debuff, which doesn't let you really do anything. So yeah, there is that. So don't fly into the prison unless you want to go visit someone for 30 minutes. But yeah, essentially there's not a great deal in prison. As you can see, there is a soccer field with 2 goals, which means there is a ball somewhere. Yes. Over here also there is these things. You can spend labour, which you do get back once you get out of here. It's labour that's used in here. To actually dig in these mounds. And each time you dig, you have a chance of getting a key, essentially. A spoon or something like that. I can't remember. I haven't actually seen it firsthand. But as you can see, it's going to take you a very long time, unless you're extremely lucky. But once you get that, if you come over here and click on that door with your key, as you can see, not enough key, tower key, you can actually go in there, and there's actually a prototype glider which doesn't let you do anything, and you can glide out of a prison and make a jailbreak. Now, bear in mind, even if you do break out of jail, you still cannot use any damaging abilities, so you still have the debuff, but at least you can go outside these, these 4 walls. So over here, there is the scoreboard for the actual goals and stuff, so you can actually have a real game of football. It's a bit fiddly to control, but you can change the score. Everyone can see that. So it's pretty cool. There's not much else to really do in here, apart from think about your crimes and have a game of football, I guess. If you're in here for longer than an hour, I would suggest going AFK. But it is a punishment, I'm just going to cry here. But I should really stop crying and do something about this. Let's cut to some footage where I do. So here I am, completely different instance. My friend here actually glides into the prison to keep me company and automatically gets the 30-minute debuff. The reason I was in prison this time was because I essentially killed a couple of people, and I was also playing music really badly. We were playing the D song, which is kind of an in-joke, which I will make a video on actually because it's kind of hilarious. I will share that with you guys at some point in the future. But yeah, so we're all digging for a key here. Which is kind of funny as well, because this guy over here literally gets the key as we start digging. Like, literally gets the key. So we've only been in here literally about 4 minutes or so, and I started recording. And already this other guy found the key. And we're going to make a jailbreak, so I can actually show you this. So in these chests in here, there's also some more upstairs. You get a prototype glider, which allows you to, it doesn't let you boost or anything, it literally, you right click it and you glide out if you can. If you fail the jump, the glide rather out, you are stuck in here, until your prisoner thing runs out and you have to go and get another key because the door will have respawned. I am sort of clashing here with my friend. Let her go ahead, I think. But yeah, you climb up this pole for an incredibly large amount of time. This looks really bizarre. Can't get over how weird that looks, especially from being behind someone else. So you want to jump off up here as well. Jump across. Just telling him, dear God. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we go up here and there are more chests. There's lots of chests, so if you had like lots of people and you had a key and you wanted to break out, they do respawn quite quickly as well. So if you don't get one, just stay there. As you can see, it's got a bit of like a ridge here you can't jump over, but if you simply click on the glider, it will use whatever glider you would normally use, and then you would literally glide out on that. Only you can't boost or anything. But make sure you aim for somewhere, other than the prison grounds, like the water, because otherwise you're going to obviously land back in prison, and that's not a good idea. So then, once you're out, you can summon your ship. You can do all of the things you normally would, you just can't attack anybody or anything. So you want to make sure that you get away and just, you can go to the auction house, you can still buy things and stuff like that. I believe you can still craft, but you just can't use any combat abilities. So me and my fellow escapees are going to make a getaway for it in my Miku boat. And that's pretty much prison in a nutshell. So it's a bit of a grueling thing, it's a bit of a punishment, it's supposed to be a punishment. It's an interesting way of stopping people from being absolute turds in the game. Obviously it can be, you know, abused depending on who your jury is, but there are limitations either way. Personally, I like this, even though I've been in prison twice now. You know, you can still do stuff in the world, but yeah, obviously you're not supposed to, and stuff. You know, it stops people from essentially ganking you permanently. You know, if they're a wanted man and they've committed enough crime, then there is a limit to how much they can camp you on the same faction. If they're the other faction, they don't get any crime points for this, but you'd expect that anyway. But if they are the same faction as you and they kill you repeatedly, there are repercussions for it. As soon as they die, they're going to get this buff, and people in the jury will have to decide if they're innocent enough, which they will not be. And you can put in trial chat, which is seen by everyone, and you can type in it regardless of if you're on a jury or not, which is a bad thing, I guess, for gold spam, and tell them exactly what happened if you're around. So that's pretty much my look at prison time, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I always enjoy my trips around the world of Archeage, and yeah, there's plenty more to come where this, you know, where this came from. I've got lots of footage. I look forward to sharing all of my experiences with you guys. There's going to be some really cool Star Citizen videos as well, and a few other games, but mostly Archeage from here on. There's actually the CBT4 this Friday, so I'm going to be a very busy person. I'm going to try and get as much footage up on the channel until then as I can, but obviously there's going to be gaps for the week where that's going to happen. I'm sure I'll have something filler in between. But thank you very much for watching my videos. I really do appreciate the support that you guys, and indeed Tryon, have been giving me, retweeting some of my videos and posts, which is really nice. So thank you very much, and I will see you all next time. Bye!